Welcome into the webinar for this week. Very excited to be starting this webinar series out for you guys. We're going to be covering Mr. Beast today, which was the blog post that we pushed out earlier. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So let me switch over here. Cool. So the blog post that we did this week was about Mr. Beast. He's a very prominent YouTuber. He's got over 60 million subscribers as of now, 62.8. He's been called a viral philanthropist. So he makes money by giving away money, right? So this blog post, you should check it out. It's on the site. It's just under the blog tab. But it's pretty, he has a really cool story. But if we check this out, let me see if I can, there we go.
Today, I'm going to show you guys how I gave away $1 million. It all started when I got my first brand deal from Quid. They made $10,000 and I was like, whoa, that's a lot of money. And I immediately went outside and gave it to a homeless person.
So he started out by just getting money from companies to advertise on YouTube, right? Which is a prominent part of influencing. If you get an affiliate company, if you get an affiliate marketing situation where they pay you to advertise for them, you kind of just have to figure out what to do to advertise for them. They're not going to tell you. That's why they're paying you. So he went out and gave this man money, and he got views for doing so. So very cool, very cool. But yeah, we're just gonna keep going ahead with this.
And this time I wanted to help as many people as possible, and I just gave like, I don't know how much, but I gave them like a few thousand each instead of just giving it all to one guy.
What are you out for doing with your camera? I'm a YouTuber. I'm going around giving random people who need $1,000. So. Best day of my life, right here.
Dude, I really like that guy, no joke. He was actually like super cool. And the next giveaway I did was actually the first time I ever donated to Twitch streamers. It was titled Donating $10,000 to Random Twitch Streamers, and it was also sponsored by Quid.
Donate to 300 more!
So you can see he's just doing these very viral-like tactics. He's trying to get people's attention. So by getting people's attention to click in on these videos, I mean, even this one itself is called How I Gave Away $1 Million. If we click in on it, this way I can, it's gonna give me an ad. Let's just skip through this. But yeah, so you can see by getting people hooked on it with his thumbnail, it's pulling in a lot more views, because How I Gave Away $1 Million, why would you give away $1 million? It's a very good tactic for driving traffic to your YouTube videos.
The first guy I ever did like a big donation to. Like, I've always donated to Twitch streamers, but since this video was sponsored and I actually had thousands of dollars, like this was the first time I actually gave a Twitch streamer over $1,000, and his reaction was hilarious. Fast forward a few weeks and Quid.
So he's driving traffic by giving away money, which is getting more companies to give him money. So he's coming out net positive, but he's also doing a lot of good for the world, which I think is pretty cool. He's not just limited to YouTube though. So if we come over here to his Instagram page, sorry, I've got to take care of something. You can see on his Instagram, like he's doing the same thing, $10,000 giveaway, follow the company. So he's pushing traffic towards the company, and then share this on your story. And you can see like this post has 3 million likes. And I remember when this post happened, and it was just getting shared through so many people, and it's driving traffic to his Instagram page, which is just making your influencing career bigger, right? And that's what you want at the end of the day. But yeah, so Mr. Beast is really cool because he has this brand, right? So these are all his separate YouTube channels. You can see he's got Beast Philanthropy, Gaming, Shorts, Reacts, but they're all under the same kind of brand, right? So as an influencer, it's really important to define who you are early and kind of get a feel for, like, this is his graphic style with his logo, but it's able to be changed in just a lot of different ways. So if you can establish yourself very early on with how you want to be represented, you're not going to have to go back and change things about your brand later. right? So you can instantly tell, oh, this is Mr. Beast with his logo and all these other channels. So that's really cool. Yeah, he just diversifies so that more people can find his channel, right? The more groups you appeal to and the more general your audience can be, the better for your reach. So while a lot of this might apply specifically for YouTube, it does apply also for Instagram. Like you can see with all these people sharing it on Instagram, that's just getting his brand out there on a completely separate platform, but he's still, I'm sure, sponsoring Holt. I don't remember who this is actually, but you can tell that they're paying him for this with this $10 giveaway, and it's just growing his audience that much more and making you that much more of a viable influencer to be picked for marketing. But yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and watch some other videos real quick. Let me see if I can find the one that I'm thinking of. Get this. So,
300 for that in 2000.
oh my gosh, you can see the YouTube ads, right? Like he makes so much money off of these ads. I actually have a statistic that I can pull up for how much he's making just off of these ads alone. So, he's making $93,000 to $1.5 million monthly, and that's pretty much solely from these ads, right? Which clearly it's doing well for him if he's able to give away all this money and do that much good for the world. I think Mr. Beast is really cool. He started doing influencing, I think at 11. I don't remember if it says it on here, but he started doing it when he was really young. And the fact that he's able to just kind of bootstrap it by himself and pull it up has been really, really cool to see. But I'm gonna go back through this video, right?
I will
So
be giving 1 million subscribers to one of these 4 small YouTubers. I'm gonna need you to put your hand on my diamond play button. Okay. Whichever one of them takes their hand off last gets a shout out at the end of the video. When I shouted out my brother in this video right here, he gained over 1 million subscribers in under.
So you can see, like, this is a cool concept, but it's also saying like the power of the amount of your audience to influence, right? Like
24 hours. You could gain like my brother.
How many do you say?
Right here, he gained over 1 million subscribers.
Yeah, 1 million subscribers in 24 hours just from one shout out. So brands, if you can solidify yourself in the space, really want to work with you so that you can push their content, right? But yeah, so this is really cool also because he's working with the YouTube community. A great thing about influencing is you can collaborate with other influencers and basically mesh your audiences together, and you're gonna reach more people. But yeah, so let's
under
keep.
24 hours, you could gain like 2 or 3 million. Like, not even joking. So what's your channel name? No.
Anyways, so that's that concept, right? Is he has all these videos and it's just doing crazy things that no one else on YouTube at the time was doing. So if you can solidify yourself as doing these big, like, viral likely things that no one else is doing, that's much better than just finding someone who's already out there and just replicating what they're doing, right? It's the originality that you're rewarded for, and that's why influencing is really that cool. Is it rewards creativity, right? But yeah, so let me see if I can find. I've got another video. I'm also interested to know what you guys think about Mr. Beast. Let me know. I think he's really cool. It's just a force for driving change, right? But I seem to have. There we go. So here's another example of. So.
What are you doing? This is the most expensive mystery box in the world. And
so just the like out of the gate, the amount of excitement coming out of him is just crazy. Like you click in and you're immediately drawn in.
Is the most expensive mystery box in the world.
So this came out of this mystery box craze that was going on in YouTube, and he just took it to the next level. He consistently takes something and says, well, that's cool, but what if, and then adds something even bigger on top of it. And that's really important when you want to develop an audience like that, because it pulls people into your video. They've seen this, they've seen these trends, they've seen other people do it. So if you're gonna do it, you need to difference yourself and make it interesting. I mean, the title is buying the world's largest mystery box. He has a video, if I can find it, from the 4th of July. And it was very similar. Let me see if I can find it. Firework. Yeah. So I bought the world's largest firework, right? That's another example.
This is the most expensive firework in the entire world.
So he's saying, hey, watch my video, this is why, and immediately pulls you into it. And I saw that video like a year ago and I could still remember it. So clearly he's doing something right if you can pull these in. But you can see all these thumbnails, right? Like they are very just, they want you to watch the video. This one was cool.
I'm gonna spend the next 50 hours buried alive in this coffin. Probably the dumbest thing I've ever done.
So it doesn't have to be giving money away, and it doesn't have to be sponsored. It just has to be something that you think people would watch. And so his content is so diverse just through things like that, right? I bought a private island.
Enlisted is the free brand new online World War II shooter.
And he's making a lot of money off of me right now.
I just bought that private
Clicking in on his ads.
Whoa! I honestly cannot believe you can just buy an island. Look at it. This looks like a screensaver.
And he seems he's such a like relatable guy, and that's why it's so interesting is he's doing these crazy things and he's not like flaunting his wealth, right? He's doing it with his friends and they're just having fun. So at the end of the day, if you can have fun, that's what people want. They want to be entertained, especially on YouTube as a platform. Let's click in on here again. Another thing that he does a lot is these honey. I think this might be a honey video. Let's see. Okay, this isn't a honey video. But so well, you can see the banner ad right here. So save like Mr. Beast with honey. So honey has leveraged Mr. Beast's brand essentially to advertise their own company. So Mr. Beast is making money off of these mid-roll ads in his YouTube videos, but also having them specifically sponsor his channel. TikTok, for example. On TikTok, you can apply to get money per views on TikTok, but they will decrease the amount of relevancy that you have on the platform because they don't want to have to pay you for that. So on TikTok, it's really important to leverage individual sponsorships, which you get by doing these affiliate companies. I mean, check out what we have in resources, right? If we go into resources, you have monetize your following. All of these affiliate programs you can partner with, and they're just ways to monetize your following. Early on, you might not be making that much money off of it. And I mean, that's kind of why we have our affiliate program, because you can sell elite influencing to other people. So take a look at that if you haven't yet, because it's a really easy way. You don't have to wait months for affiliate companies to respond to you, which is really nice. You don't have to really go through anything. You can kind of just go ahead and do it, and you already have it on your website. So yeah, check out the videos for that, because we've been updating the site recently and we've just been adding more and more content. We want to be doing that every week, right? So yeah, so if you haven't seen some of these blog posts, check it out. I mean, this one we did the first week, and this is Dad, how do I? I'm just going to go over this because we haven't been over it since this is our very first webinar. But if I check in on this, right, this is an NBC News story.
Meet your next pillow.
Oh, there's another ad.
Why do we make our pillow in the shape of a cube? I'll tell you.
There we go.
There's good news tonight on this Father's Day about a dad on a mission. He's not just helping his own children, but anyone in need of some special dad advice.
Okay, now there's nothing. There's no spark because that thing's only connected to the red on the other side.
He's the internet's latest sensation.
We're getting close.
A dad dedicated to helping everyone learn basic life lessons.
If you're not big and you got a short tie, dorky. You don't want to do that, all right?
So he's really cool because he's this older gentleman, right? He's not some 16-year-old kid that found his mom's iPhone camera, right? He's older, but he has experience, and he's going around like, hey, this is what I can do good for the world. I mean, his channel is really wholesome. If we find it, let's see. How do I? You can see, like, it's not like he's put in a lot of these crazy like lights and effects that Mr. Beast has, but he still has these really cool videos, and they're getting lots of views. I mean, you've got 15,000, 31,000. He might not be as big as Mr. Beast, but he's still doing his thing. He released a book. It's allowing him to monetize just doing what he wants to do, which is being a dad for people that weren't taught like that, right? So
Lessons Rob Kenny wished he'd had as a kid. His dad left the family when he was a teenager.
I didn't know how to shave, or I didn't know how to tie a tie, and I just picked things up along the way. Now the front left.
So when COVID and the quarantine hit, he decided to post some videos.
I get a call from my daughter the other day, and she says, "Dad, my toilet won't stop running."
Offering simple, practical advice with a purpose.
And then my daughter shared it, and the reception was amazing. And then I had 300 subscribers. I'm like, oh my goodness.
Fast forward 2 months, his online Dad, How Do I YouTube lessons racking up more than 2 million subscribers.
So it doesn't take the world's most expensive videos. I mean, it works for Mr. Beast, but all he's doing is saying, hey, here's how you tie a tie, here's how you change oil. If you know things and you think that you can teach them, YouTube's a great spot to do it. You can do it on TikTok too. I mean, on Instagram, it's a really, really good place to be sharing your brand too. So if you aren't necessarily interested in content creation, there are a lot of other things that we can cover on these influencers. So I'm wondering, I mean, this is a great place for me to interact with you guys in the chat. So let me know if you have any questions about these influencing programs. But yeah, so I'm just going to keep going ahead with this one.
I'm gonna teach people how to drive.
Rob's daughter, Christine, now teaching him a thing or two about the power of social media.
I'm blown away with just how kind people have been, and in reaching out towards my dad and sharing their stories. Honestly, that they care about my dad, because he's just my dad.
The community growing with viral tweets, TikToks, and shares, a forum for anyone who feels alone. Inspiring messages like these. I'm 42 and lost my father in 2011. Finding this channel today was just the breath of fresh air I
See, so that stuff like that's really sweet, and it's getting him people following him on YouTube. I mean, oh well, this is NBC. I mean, he has 3.5 million subscribers, and here he's got a partnership with Lowe's. Let me see. Yeah, so his Father's Day partnership with Lowe's.
Hey everyone, I've seen in the comments occasionally people saying, hey, how come nobody sponsored this guy? Well, that has just changed for Father's Day. Lowe's Home Improvement has reached out to me to be.
So I don't know if you've heard of Lowe's, but I mean, it's just crazy. Like you get all these brands that are really just interested in getting themselves out there, and you can become the conduit for that just by building a following. And you don't have to have 1 million subscribers. Brands will be willing to work with whatever they can kind of get, right? So again, going in on these resources, I mean, doTERRA, let me see. doTERRA, especially, like if you've ever tried to have someone sell you doTERRA, like, you know, it's a very achievable thing to do, and you don't have to have 1 million subscribers. You can just do it on Instagram, right? But if anyone doesn't have any extra questions, I think this is going to wrap up what we've got for this week on Mr. Beast. Next week, we're going to be releasing some stuff on how to do YouTube. So if you are interested with what Mr. Beast is doing, definitely check that out, because we're going to be walking you through how to get your whole YouTube set up, how to kind of carry yourself on the platform and push out your content. But if we don't have any questions in the chat, I think I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. So just let me know, because this is as great a space as any to interact with you guys. Because we would love to change our program to be better suited for your needs. So just let me know. But if that is the case, we don't have any other questions, I think I'm gonna go ahead and call it right there. But yeah, so thanks for watching the webinar, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.